The day you gave us, June 5th, 2020. Thinking tonight about the two on the road to Emmaus and how they met the Lord Jesus Christ. So in the passages in Luke's Gospel, chapter 24, verses 13 through to 27. The first thing I want to consider is the issue of drawing alongside people. We read concerning the Lord coming to them, that at the end of verse 15 we read, Jesus himself drew near and went with them. As we see this passage unfold, we will see the essential marks of helping people, of counselling people, of being there for people. We will see how we need, first of all, to walk with people, to walk alongside them, to be able to spend time with people, to show our interest in people. The other thing we will learn as regards to this is that the Lord asks them questions that would lead them out, as it were, with regard to the stuff that was going on in their lives. So verse 17, he says to them, what is this conversation that you are holding with each other as you walk? And then in verse 19, when they'd said a little bit more, he says in verse 19, what things? He's inquiring of them, he's drawing them out, and he wants them to talk about their situation. So very often, talking about a situation is a clarifying of a situation, is an unburdening of a situation. You clarify it because your thoughts are you have to sift your thoughts in order to speak it out. You unburden it because you, in a sense, talk it out. There can be an unburdening. And these are all very important things in seeking to help one another. And so there is this ability that the Lord has to seek to help these people, and he allows them to talk. He listens to them. He is willing to be quiet and listen. And listening requires hearing, but also seeking to understand and process what you hear. There are not many good listeners in the world. It'd be great to have more listeners around, people who will stop and listen to people as they speak through all of their situations and needs. So these two, they talk about what they've been through, what they'd experienced, their perplexities. They're seeking to work everything out for better or for worse, and then in the end the Lord leads them to himself. He wants to tell them about himself, and he goes to the scriptures that tell of him, and that is where we should always be wanting to go ultimately, with people, because it's not our advice that ultimately will solve people's situations. It is leading them into the scriptures and showing them Jesus Christ. That is always the heart of the solution for anybody. Yes, there's lots of things around that which would be helpful to people, but that is the core of the issue. So how can we help people? Oh, it'd be great to see these things more and more in Feltham Evangelical Church, in our churches. This walking with people, this asking questions, this fundamentally taking an interest, listening, finally leading people to Christ. That is the day you gave us on June 5th, 2020.